I swear, New England weather gets more and more extreme every year. It is 45 degrees and sunny today, and I'm ready to go take a dive into Lake Winnipesaukee. Just kidding. But what I'm not kidding about is I'm a little upset that all the snow's melted. We had about 4 inches on the ground, plenty for these old sleds. And as you saw, we ripped the phaser around. And I want to thank everybody for commenting on that. I've learned a lot about that sled. I guess it has an aftermarket pipe. But anyways, we have a lot of stuff to do to that, and that's not this video. Good news, by the way, and welcome back to New Hampshire Vintage. We are working on a 95 XCR, and it is not this sled. Let's fix that. This is more like it. This is a 95 Polaris XCR, or 94. We'll find out. I actually think it's a 94. That's how much I learn about these things. I got this sled in Mass, and I got it from, can you believe it, the second owner. Yes. This sled has 850 miles on it. Now, it doesn't look it, so you might not believe it. And yeah, you're right, I don't believe it either. But speedometer does work. It does have 850 miles on it, unless if the dash has been changed out. But we're going to look over this and see if it is really 850 miles. I learned a little bit of a backstory on the sled, and I think it's been an 850 hard miles. And in true New Hampshire fashion, we don't buy mint stuff. So let's look over this thing and learn a little more about it, shall we? We're just going to do a quick, short, and sweet walk around. These things are all over YouTube and Facebook. You guys know what these look like. So let's start from the front and just go back. Skis are trash. They are red for some reason. I don't know. Or red spots. I don't know. Got painted in the past. No idea what happened. The more and more you look at this thing, the more and more you think, wow, Wyatt, does it really have 827 miles on it or 830 miles on it? I don't know. But it's what's said on the dash, and I'll prove it real quick. There it is. I reset that. I was kind of messing around with that. So don't worry about the 000. But anyways, front bumper isn't caved in. Actually looks pretty good. So that's a start. Usually they look like that. The patch, yes. When this was for sale on Marketplace a little while back, it was at this angle. And yeah, when I showed up, I saw that, and I was a little bummed out. But you know what? That's all right. Shows character. We here on New Hampshire Vintage don't run the most mint stuff. IFS, normal trailing arm suspension. It's not the Ultra 12 or the Ultra 10, whatever they have on there. The windshield is broken. I did that. It was mint when I got it. I don't know if that was the original windshield or not, but I wanted to change it out anyways. But yeah, the hook cable was very weak, and when I flipped it open after I bought it, it snapped and fell forward, and yeah. So that was a shame. I was a little upset. I was going to keep this windshield as a mint Indy windshield as a spare, or give it to a buddy that has a broken windshield, and I was going to put on the one that I am going to put on. Spoiler alert. But that's just the way she goes. Moving up here, XCR tank. Still has the bar padding. Heated visor gizmo. It does have forward and reverse, which is very nice. That's kind of the main reason why I got this. I like having reverse. We got the original key. We got, this isn't cracked, which is nice. Moving up back, you can see some wear. She's got a hard 840 miles or 827 or whatever it said. Seat's been changed out, or the cover. It is a Saddleman, so it is a nice seat. I mean, if you guys, you Harley guys, if you know, yeah, these things are pretty nice seats. They're good brand. But yeah, so that's been done. I mean, it's a shame. I like seeing the XCR. They do make the decals that you can iron on. I might do that, but it is close to what it was. It is what it is. And you still got to remember, it's a 94 or 95, so it's almost 30 years old. Tank hasn't been faded. Bars are straight. You know, original back flap. Rear bumper had a few little bumps here and there. Underneath. Track's in good shape. I wish it was a little bit of a deeper lug, but this thing's mostly going to stay on the trail. So I'm not worried about it right now. Maybe we can change it out down the road. There's the skid. Nice shape. Other side, stay the same. A little bit of scrapage there. Okay. White wheel on that side. It's just been either faded or changed out. I don't know. Yeah. Let's look under the hood here. I got to hold on to it. There it is. The old monoblock. Pink though. It's pretty cool. Yeah, everything's pretty complete. Missing the spare belt. That's okay. The pipe's a little rusty, like they all are. Like I said, this thing was not garaged all its life. It was sitting on trailers, and it's had a hard life, but that's okay. We like that here on this channel. All right. Well, there's a quick 5-minute overview. So let's get the hood fixed and get the windshield changed out. Let's see if we can do the old toe strap tie down here. Just to hold it in place. Luckily, the windshield's broken, so I don't have to worry about that re-breaking. Okay. So let me bring you in and show you. Here's the old cable. There's the old cable. It was like tied on there by electrical connectors, which approved. I like that. So we are going to get those out of there. Okay. We got the new cable on. Got the spring back on, and I threw in just some self-tappers where I thought it would kind of fit good. It's not perfect. It's kind of riding against that, but oh well, good enough for now. It's a triple. We're not going to be opening up the hood that much anyways, right? Good joke, Wyatt. Okay, let's change out the windshield because I'm sick of seeing that cracked, clear thing, and hopefully that changes the look of the sled a little bit. All right, as you can see here, we got the clear windshield. We're just gonna take that right off. Now we could run the mountain windshield, which is no windshield at all, but no, this is a trail sled. It's like a kind of a race trail sled. So we are going to do this. Oh yeah. here it is. It's a Power Mad Dennis Kurt windshield. Now, it wasn't super expensive. It was like 60 bucks or something. And I wish it was a little bit more matching, but you know what? It's a white windshield, cream white, plastic white, and it'll match fine for this sled. You know, it's not a perfect sled, not a perfect windshield. It has gaps and that type of stuff, but what can you do? You know, it's still a 30-year-old sled. So let's tie this down with the little rubber bands. Some people use hair ties, and get this mounted on so it doesn't fall off. Okay. Can't forget these little guys. There we go. That is much better. And you can see fitment isn't perfect. Still see some gaps and whatnot. But that's all right. We now have a way better windshield than what was on there. I love the look of these. Just compared to those, just gives it more of that race look. As you know, lightweight race sled, right? Now, it's kind of like more of a ditch banger. Okay, moving on. So we've been lazy on New Hampshire Vintage this last video with the Phaser being a running sled. And this one's no different. This is a running sled. Now, yes, I usually try to buy sleds that are not running. I like to fix them and get them running myself. But this sled here does run and ride. It actually was serviced right before I bought it from the previous owner. I guess he brought it to a power sports place. I don't know where. And they went through the whole sled. They checked everything. They replaced a couple bearings that I guess were kind of not seized, but just from sitting, especially the reverse one, I guess. He wanted to specifically tell me that. And a few other things. You know, I think they replaced the slides, but we'll still do a quick look over and make sure. And just to show you that it does run, put the key on. I haven't started this in a few days. It isn't a first pull sled until it warms up a little bit, but probably a 2-pull sled. We'll see. Too much choke. Yeah, she's a runner, and she runs good. The idle goes down a little bit once it warms up. It runs about 2,000, then it goes down to, I think, around 1,600. And, I mean, this thing just purrs. And it is snappy. Now, I haven't rode it yet. I haven't ridden it around. We don't have snow. And when we did get a little bit of snow, I ripped the Phaser. I didn't ride this because I wanted to go through it with you guys and actually kind of go through the first ride with you guys. Let's go through, check the belt. We'll check all that type of stuff. And we have another thing we're going to do on this, but we'll do that at the end of the video. Let's check some things, and let's check compression, because I didn't check it when I bought it. Hi there. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I just pulled this plug right out. I haven't touched the other two. And let me show you. There it is. So typical NGK BR9 ES. She's a little rich with oil. It's not running lean, which is good. So yeah, we'll change it out. Definitely looks like it's seen some age anyways, some corrosion on the aluminum there. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is I'll pull all these out and then I will do a compression test on each cylinder. Okay, we got all the plugs out going from the PTO side to the mag side. So if you pretend you're riding the sled. They at least are all consistent, which is good. They are a little, this one looks like it might have had a little, no, it's all right actually. Maybe a little bit of leakage on the top. But they're consistent, which I like. They're a little rich, but they're consistent. I'd rather have that than lean. So that's a good sign. That means one's not burning different than the others. One cylinder, they all look like they're pretty good. So now we're going to put our tester on. We'll just start here on the PTO and just make our way to the mag side. And we'll just see what each cylinder will tell us. Okay, we are on the first cylinder. And let's see what this sled tells us. Okay, this is the middle cylinder. And I am doing throttle open, by the way. Whew. They're like a little over 120 it looks like. Okay. $130 for that one. So we're at 130, 122, and 130. So I looked at a few forums, a few sites, and people have been saying anything really below 100 is a full rebuild, and usually you should have these things running 115 to 135. So I don't really fully know, but all I can say is she runs, and at 130 and 122 being the lowest one, I would say this is still a healthy motor. Keep in mind, this thing really, he told me he hasn't run it in a year and a half or two. So I think after a few runs too, maybe the rings will come around and tighten it up as well. I don't know. So we're gonna run that, and we're gonna put a brand new set of plugs in, and we're gonna move on to just checking the belt and checking the chain case real quick. So before I go to the store and get new spark plugs, I want to check the belt just to make sure. And it actually looks in really good shape. Clutches look good. They just need to be, honestly, they just need to be ran. But they look very clean. Very clean, actually. Not a lot of play on anything. So that's good news. We aren't going to dive into the carbs because they run good, and I honestly don't think it needs it until we go for our first test drive. And if it has a bog like the Yamaha, then we'll dive into them. But it seems pretty snappy, so check the coolant too. Well, that's good. I will buy a new belt and either use this one as a spare and throw the new one on, or just run this one for now and whatnot. So that's good. Yeah. Nice to paint that up, make it black again, but I don't know. Okay, I'll run to the store then. So it's actually been a few hours, and coming back in the shop after a couple hours of doing some things, I noticed a nice fuel leak coming from the old reliable phaser. And I went in there and it ended up being a bad seal on one of the carb bowls. There's usually like a little rubber ring, so I'm gonna have to order a rebuild kit for that, or just a seal kit, because I already kind of went through those. So yeah, that was a little sad to see, but they were pretty bad when I took them apart before, so I kind of should have done it while I was there, but oh well. Anyway, we are moving on to skis. Yes, I splurged a little bit on this old girl. I actually don't care for the old school metal ones. We're going to keep them, but I just don't think they fit the sled. I think the sled should have a little bit more of a better feel to it, I would say. I never rode this one yet, but riding my other Indy for a long time, definitely skis are something that needs to be upgraded. So we splurged and went with CNA Pros. Yes. Now, inside here, hopefully I chose the right colors, and we'll see how good they look on this sled. So I'm not sponsored by CNA Pro. This was bought by my own money. But this is actually the first time I ever bought their skis. So I heard nothing but good things about them. And if I like these, then I'll put them on my other sleds. So let's put this guy right next to it. Oh yeah. What do you think? I was going to go with the blue, but the blue didn't really match this XCR blue as well. So I went with a little bit of orange, because there is some orange here on the sled, and I figured that will give it a little bit more of a pop. And of course I had to go with the white ski, match with the kind of the white theme of this sled. I think that's going to look really good. So I also obviously have the other side. Put off to the side for now. And what else did I get? We got Stud Boy 6-inch carbides. So hopefully that helps with the steering on this sled. And we should, way down there, have the mounting kit. So let's just give this box a tip. Ooh, and we got stickers. Very nice. Well, that makes it worth it right there. Gotta have the stickers. Oh, more stickers. Jesus, we're getting spoiled. So here's the mounting kit. So this mounting kit is for Polaris trailing arm models. Yep. So this should work. So I'm just going to read the instructions. I like just going through them real quick, make sure I don't screw up, because I always seem to do that. And yeah, definitely excited. I think this is going to make a big improvement. And if these work out pretty good, I'll probably get a set for the old phaser. So first things first, we need to take off the old ski, which looks like it's just a little cotter pin here. Let's see if I can try to work here so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go, cotter pin. And then take a 9/16. Get the wrench stuck. There we go. Okay. That guy off, and then get a hammer and pound that guy out. Okay. With a little bit of persuasion, we got the old ski off. And now it's just time to mount up those ones and then probably re-grease while I'm in there and see what it looks like. So I'll be right back with you guys after I put one side on, then we can see the difference. Oh yeah. That is a lot better. A little bit of a nightmare getting them on. You have to persuade it. What I ended up doing was using my electric winch, lifting it up, putting the block of wood on like the edge of the ski. I got the bolt in, but it hits the hole there, so I had to move that ski part up to line it up to drive it home, but I got it. It looks good. Compared to, it makes the sled pop too, compared to the old one. Look at that. So much better. And I wanted to show you one more thing too. This was the old rubber. Look at that. And that's the new one. That is just floppy. All right, I'm going to mount the other one. Check those grease fittings. Everybody listen, voices in my head. Alice in Chains. Come on. Look at that. Pretty much falling apart. Oh, hey. Well, it's actually been a couple weeks. I had some stuff come up as well as there's no snow, and I was kind of hoping some snow would fall so we can ride this thing and see if there's anything else that needs to be kind of tinkered with. But we did about everything we could right now, without going completely in depth in this sled. It runs good. We checked everything over. I checked the chain case. I checked the track tension. All that seemed really good, as well as took off the old registration decals, kind of cleaned the hood up a little bit, washed it just quickly, and just kind of gave this thing a quick spit shine. I also greased the spindles of the skis, got all those situated, so we're really just ready for snow. The phaser that we worked on needed carb work after we took it for our initial test drive, and I'm hoping this one isn't the same. We'll find out. That's what kind of makes it fun. So we'll kind of call this a part one of the XCR. And yeah, I just absolutely love this sled. Actually, my fiance loves it more than me. It seems like she wants to ride this thing around, which I'm all for. Before we talk about future projects, I just want to say thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting. It's unbelievable to me that we're at 830 subscribers, and it just makes me feel good that you guys are interested in watching me kind of do my hobby and work on stuff. So thank you. We have a 65 Snow Traveler we need to work on, as well as the Phaser we need to start. I'm looking for tracks. I'm looking for skis. I like these CNA Pros. I might get another set. Sponsor me. And yeah, that's about it for now. So I appreciate you guys all for watching. Hopefully see you very soon. Pray for snow.